Good morning. You know, this is one of those days that's not bad, but the sort of day that's got a lot of mild inconveniences that are really harsh on my steez. There was a strange noise outside. That was a bizarre noise. Something between a dump truck blowing a tire and an explosion, which I hear more explosions out here than I've heard anywhere else. It's got to be 1 or 2 a week, which is very strange. You don't tend to hear many explosions just in the middle of nowhere in the US. And that's like 4th of July, but certainly not firework explosions, like something like, I don't know, tannerite or something going off. I don't know. Given that I've not heard about it on the news, I'm assuming it's probably fine. Do I have any more dirt? I do. Yeah. Okay. I have thought of topics and then forgotten them. So I'm gonna play a game until I remember what I wanted to talk about. Oh, right, I needed to do this last. No, I got this. I need the charged staff, which needs an item that gets randomly dropped. It says it's a 1% chance that it shows up in sieved dirt, and then it. Well, I guess I haven't put any resources into it, so that makes sense. It's on me. It's on me. It always is. I find that comes up often enough that I should address it, that I'm very confident, but I'm often incorrect, and I'm not usually confident about things that I'm incorrect about. But occasionally I will be. And in advance, I'd like to say that I'm sorry for that. I should not be so confident when I know that I'm wrong, or when I know that I'll be wrong frequently. There's a lot of things that I don't know that I'm wrong about, and I'd love to apologize for that, but I kind of feel like it's not really my fault. You know? Like if I don't know that the store's closed today because it's a holiday, random holiday, new holiday, and I send you to the store thinking that it's open, and you get there and you blame me, that's not my fault. That's the store's fault. Moreover, this is a little down. Here. Moreover, I think it's actually someone else's fault. I think it could potentially be the person who did not check. Maybe this is a thing that I don't know about. If someone asks me a question, am I meant to go look it up for them? This is something I legitimately do not know. I've never thought about this before. But like, I feel like if you ask me a question, you're asking for my opinion on something, or my best guess. If you wanted me to do some more research for you about when something will be open, or a similar question, or we can break out of the mold here, do some cool stuff. But is it my job to go through and figure out, like, this takes 10, right? Like, look at their website, find out if they're actually open. If you ask me, hey, do you know what type of spider this is? Am I meant to look at it and give you a good guess, or am I meant to go online and like punch this into a website? Or are you expecting me to like pull out a textbook? Why do you think that I know about spiders? I don't. I'm an idiot. I don't know about spiders. I don't know about a lot of stuff. The point I'm trying to get to is that you shouldn't ask people questions. You should just remain ignorant. Or if you're going to ask anyone questions, put all your faith in a technology that won't serve you well. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think on most things, you're probably better off asking ChatGPT or something than asking me, because good chance that if you want a solid answer from me, I'm going to Google anyway. Like just go head out that direction and start looking for answers. Don't come over to me and say, do you know about this spider? No, I don't. Why would I do that? Why would I know that? Who knows that? There are 4 people who know what type of spider that is, and I'm not any of those people. I know a little bit about computers. I know a little bit. Is that full? Why is my cat screaming? Snack, I'm here. Why are you screaming in the other room? I don't think that's very appropriate. He's very keen on my attention. And I think it's because I keep giving him attention, honestly. Yeah, hey buddy. Is that the end of this song? Oh man, I was really enjoying this song. I'll play it again. This is the new strat. I'm gonna play the same song 40 times in a row. And then by the end of the stream, we'll be so sick of it, we can move on to a new song tomorrow. Okay, when to ask people questions was not one of the topics I picked out. That was not one of them. It's not something I thought, where the fuck did all the dirt go? Didn't I grab like 30 of them? I thought I grabbed 30 of them. I only got a few. Okay. My cat screaming every time I say something is simultaneously very, very funny and also extremely frustrating. Because it's noise for no reason. He's not got a legitimate claim to my attention. He's just vaguely upset with me over something. I refilled his food. He's got an automatic feeder, which is great, except for I don't know how to make it silent. Like, obviously the mechanism's gonna make noise, right? But the actual machine itself announces when it's food time. It was like, you need to record a voice line. You need to do VO for this thing. I'm sure they're using my voice to train AI or some bullshit, but they asked for my voice on this machine. I gave them the best voice line I could. I'm a pretty kind of monotone guy often. You know? I increase volume, but maybe, you know. Anyway, it's very annoying, because now at 8 a.m., at 5 p.m., and at 10 p.m., I hear my stupid, smug-ass voice announce that it's time to eat, those are not times that I eat. I eat after 8 and after 5. And occasionally, I'll step into the midnight 3 a.m. territory if I'm having a real rough day. So, I don't know what the point of that was. Something else I learned. Enemies can come out of this portal. They can walk out. I found a zombie pigman walking around in the garden. That's not where he goes. He's just somewhere he's not meant to be. Did I do anything else in the thing? I made all the everything dirt because I was getting kind of sick of looking at the various different shades of clay. This just seemed easier to have it all be grass, because then I can put grass things on it and it's fine. Okay. First topic, I've just remembered it. This is one of, I think, 3 things that I thought about before stream started to talk about. Not the main one, not the one that I was like, I should stream about this, but okay. I think, and this might be controversial, this might get me canceled, all right? I think that the actor who did He-Man in the new Masters of the Universe movie, because I talked about that movie, I think he did a good job. And I'm not afraid to say it. That was all there was to that. I was having to think about that movie again in my glowing review of it, and I thought that I should add that Because I didn't say when we first did the acting is pretty good. I've spoken about Jared Leto's acting being his best acting in that movie, right? But the guy who does He-Man did a good job. I think everyone else did a good job, but Mr. the Man did the best work out of everyone, I think. Granted, I had very little expectations, but still exceeded them. How do I make torches in this game? Okay, charcoal. Oh yeah, here we go. This is kind of like coal. I need to get this crucible back online. Bam. What else? What was there to talk about? I've been thinking a little bit. I think this might have been one of the topics that I had. I should write them down. But it kind of bugs me. This has been on my mind, kind of pervasive, under the surface of all of my thoughts recently, which is that I think that folks just gotta enjoy life more. A lot of people spend a lot of time being real, I guess negative, but I feel like that's kind of making light of it. I think a lot of people are too worried about bad things happening that they refuse to have any fun or enjoy things. And often, I've seen this a lot playing D&D and also just observing the people around me. There's a little bit of observational thoughts at you. Is this the right one? Damn it. People are so, I find, the people that I've met have been so concerned about the worst case scenario that they don't ever, or they rarely take actionable steps to make things around them good. And I'm using bad and good here, but I don't mean that, because I don't think bad and good are words that really should be used ever. They don't really make sense. I think I've said this before, but bad what, good what, in what scenario. Just the words bad and good don't actually make a whole lot of sense if you break it down. You can say that something's bad, but anything that's multifaceted, like nothing that you describe as good or bad is going to be atomic. If you point at like a cork and you're like, that's good, I'd be concerned for your mental health, to be straight with you. I'd be very concerned about your mental health. I would also think that is a little bit kind of a nothing thing to say, because how could a cork be bad or good? It's so one-dimensional that it's not worth describing like that. But then you describe something that is multifaceted as good or bad, and I say, well, what part of it's good or bad? And then we do that for eternity, and then we all turn into bones and dust and die. Should this have gone over there? Should I change that? I'm gonna change it. There we go. No, not this. I need this. And then these. There we go. So, I'm thinking of some specific examples. But I think a lot about people trying to minimize damage rather than finding a good outcome. So, okay, I think I have a way to make this less what it's going to be anyway. I'm going to try and subvert my fate here, but I know what my fate is, and I'm going to walk headfirst into it. there's a very obvious strategy you could take when voting. So if you're voting for anything, where there's an existing outcome, and I'm not making this about I'm making this about voting specifically, not about politics as a whole. You can take that shit to someone else. I don't care. But on voting specifically, the only way to get the outcome you want, if you don't like either choice you have, if you think either choice is in any way infallible, or is fallible, not infallible, the only way to get the outcome you could possibly want is to always vote against whatever the current, whatever like the current prevailing something it is. So if everyone's like, we're at the pizza restaurant, and you're like, I fucking hate pizza. I don't want pizza at all. Like, I could, if pizza disappeared, I wouldn't even blink twice. I wouldn't think about it ever again. Pizza is garbage. And you say, I really hate pizza. We should go somewhere else that's not pizza. And everyone looks at you and they're like, oh, okay, I guess we won't do pizza. What else do you want? Here's some options. And the options are, you can either have pizza, because that's where everyone is. It's the choice that makes everyone, it smooths everything over. We don't have to change. We could just keep it the same. We already know what pizza is. We might not want pizza. We might not want pizza at all. Pizza might suck ass, but we're here. We know what we're getting into. That's option one. Option two is we go eat bricks outside in the parking lot. Those are your two. You only have two options in this scenario. As often happens, things are boiled down into a simple choice for you. Because the person running the vote in this case cares that you only have two choices. It's a hypothetical. You gotta work with me here. Is it still working? Yeah. In that scenario, a lot of people would say, well, pizza's better than eating bricks in the parking lot. And while I do agree that pizza's better than eating bricks in the parking lot, you still don't want pizza. You don't want pizza. And so if you give in and you say, you know what, we can just have pizza. Bricks in the parking lot doesn't sound very good. You know, I don't want pizza at all. Maybe I just won't eat. Maybe I just won't have any food because I'd rather not have pizza, but I'm not going to make a choice that's against pizza because I'm concerned. The other choice would be worse for me. But neither choice is good. Neither choice is good. Both of them are making you unhappy. I think that the best choice you have is to vote against what you currently have. Because maybe you come back next time and the pizza place has decided, you know what? We didn't get their business last time. There's something about this pizza that's driving off the customers. We should change the pizza so that they want to eat here next time. Now, it does mean you have to be uncomfortable and you got to go eat bricks in the parking lot. But I think I think this is the one I need. But I think that there's, you know, sometimes you have to suffer to get what you want. That's part of it. No, this isn't the one I want. Damn it. We're just gonna wait till this spawns. This is annoying. It doesn't feel like 1% either. I've passed so much gravel through this fucking thing. So much sand. Here, I'm gonna turn on... I'm gonna turn on my bind scroll wheel to click script really quick. Documents. Auto hotkey. Bind click to scroll. And now I should be able to just scroll and you don't have to hear the obnoxious clicking. Now there's a lot of stuff like that in life that's not just vote. I think voting is the obvious one for me because it feels so obvious to me that like You could just choose not to do the thing you don't like. It's a pretty simple choice. I mean, obviously some people don't agree with me, but there's the You could do this too with things like your job. Now, this is not professional advice because don't think I'm legally allowed to give you professional advice without doing some form of training. I think there's like a license or something the government wants you to have so that you pay them $20 every year. I don't know if that's true. That is from what I've heard, that is true for like cutting hair, right? Don't you need a license for that? Maybe I'm completely off. Or it could be depending on your state, but I have heard that you need a license to cut hair, which seems a little silly. Because that's kind of the lowest impact thing that you could do is cut someone's hair, because that comes back. Because the hair comes back. And so if you mess up cutting someone's hair, there's really no repercussions besides like a few weeks to a few months of like, my hair doesn't look great, I'll have to wear a hat. You know, like the punishment for a bad haircut is a few weeks of wearing a hat. And maybe you're out like $20. It's a very low stakes game. Okay, anyway. I know a lot of people who really don't like their jobs. Like really, really hate their work. And like it's seriously dragging down their quality of life. You can quit. No, at least not in America. You're not forced to do your job. You could leave. You could go do something else, even if it's something that pays less, or like you're obviously gonna have to suffer a little bit. You know, if you're making 150 grand a year and you're like, this job is killing me. Well, if it's killing you to a degree which you'd say this job is gonna kill me, you know, that's pretty bad. But you don't have to keep going. I understand that there's like a hurdle to get over. There's going to be some amount of suffering that you incur that you bring about for yourself by quitting and going and finding a new job or not working or whatever. Right? It's not like it's the easiest thing in the world. It's not like there's no cost. But you could, how the fuck did that thing get out? Will mobs just spawn if I put grass everywhere? Oh, I forgot the clicking. Hang on. I need to turn off auto hotkey. Because these guys are nasty little shits. Did you see he was running up on me to kill me? I guess that's a new thing to worry about. Oh, but I got a way to get leather, which is good. I guess I'll just keep my eyes open. But if I get chickens to spawn out here, that'd be great. Because I need an egg for a recipe, and I can't get it. And I know it's going to sound like I'm minimizing people's struggles. Like, you could just be happy, which I do firmly believe. Maybe not happy, but you could move in a direction that pleases you more than whatever you're currently doing. That's something I really do truly believe. But I forgot what I've already said, so now I'm confused about where the sentence was going. That often I get to words like but or so, and then I just get all confused with what I was saying. Because often I'll end a sentence with so. It's kind of my favorite way to end a sentence is using the word so. Because it's kind of like I'm being dismissive of what I was saying. which makes me feel good, but I don't think that anyone else enjoys that. It is kind of the best way to end a sentence, you know? You just say, so, and then you end it. And then you don't have to deal with whatever was going to come after the so. You don't have to think about it. You can just leave the sentence where it was, and then leave everyone else to interpret what they thought that you meant, which always works out well. Because everyone imagines you as the best version of you that could possibly exist, and not as the worst. That's another thing, too. Okay, you know what? I walked into something there, didn't I? You don't have to imagine people as being bad people. You don't have, if you don't know about a person, you can just assume that they're probably fine. You know? Like, if you meet someone on the street, I feel like a lot of people immediately go to, whatever I don't know about this person, I'm going to fill in with that they're an asshole. I've met people who literally do exactly that. They're like, that person's a bad person because I don't know things about them. I know that sounds facetious. That sounds like I'm making things up. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Please, trust me. Now, sometimes you'll find people where the thing you didn't know about them was that they were an asshole. That doesn't make that true for everyone, unfortunately. I wish that everyone were the same person. It'd make understanding people a lot easier if every human was the same human, if we were all Greg. If we were all Greg, life would be so simple. We wouldn't have to think about all of us that aren't Greg. We wouldn't have to, we all know what Greg gets for lunch. We wouldn't have to fucking ask. What do you want for lunch? I don't know. All right, well then you're an asshole. You don't know what you want for lunch? Go to hell. I know what Greg wants for lunch. Greg wants Thai food. He always wants Thai. It's all he eats. Now, granted, Greg is pretty unhealthy. Greg's got a problem with his liver, all right? But at least we know that. We don't know about you and your bizarre eating habits, all right? Who the fuck do you think you are, not getting Thai food for lunch like Greg? It's frustrating. It's frustrating that not everyone is the same. And think about how many restaurants. We don't need so many restaurants if everyone gets Thai food for lunch. You know, think about all the people who are working a lunch shift and they're like, I hate my job. And they haven't gotten to the part of being frustrated with their work that they're willing to quit. And so if everyone were Greg, one, we wouldn't have to be frustrated because we'd all know what we don't like. And we could just get rid of that stuff. And if we got rid of every restaurant that weren't Thai food during lunchtime, obviously he eats something different for dinner every day like a good American does. Every good Finnish American does something different for dinner. We could close all the other restaurants during lunch, and then no one during lunch would hate their job at that restaurant. I mean, it would be a very simple solution. It would be incredibly simple. Not easy. We'd all have to be Greg. And that guy fucking sucks. Greg is an ass. But, you know, I think it may be worthwhile. It's something to think about at least. If those animals make one more sound, I'm going to stomp them. I'm going to get a big boot and I'm going to stomp on their faces. What? What was that? Why was there a sound? That wasn't in real life, was it? You know, I feel like more and more I'm discovering symptoms of schizophrenia. Just in and around me. Not necessarily that I've got schizophrenia, but that, you know, it could be lurking around every corner. Like the physical embodiment of it. What is that word when you make something that's not human kind of seem like a human? Don't remember that word. It's there. It exists. There's a word for that. I just don't remember it. I think about everyone who works at like a Denny's and they're like, I fucking hate working at Denny's. And like you could go somewhere, like everyone's hiring. All these places are hiring. None of them are like great. But if you're looking for a place to work that's not Denny's, you can shop around a little bit. And I think it'd be good. The companies are not compensating you to the degree that you want. One, I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Okay, one, probably because they can't afford to pay you more. Turns out running restaurants, actually, the margins are incredibly tight. Because they're selling food. If you didn't know, margins on food are incredibly tight. Except for things like soft drinks. That's kind of how they make their money. But like, go ask anyone who's ever owned or run a restaurant. They're like, they hate their lives. They hate their lives. They really love cooking, but they hate everything else about running a restaurant. I'm gonna generalize everyone who owns a restaurant. I'm gonna generalize everyone into Greg, is what I'm gonna do. It'll make my life much easier. I'll walk around to the street. I won't have to worry about, you know, what people enjoy or what they like, because Greg loves baseball and doesn't like hockey. And so now I know everyone I meet fucking despises hockey and loves baseball. Not basketball. Greg is sort of indifferent to basketball. So we don't have to worry about it if we don't want to. Is this making sense? Am I making sense? Has the message gotten through? Is it like sunk in deep? So do you understand what the meaning of the word is? Like, do you understand what the point is I'm trying to get across, which is that you don't have to work at Denny's. You don't have to be upset. I've been thinking about this is how it actually relates to my life, because I don't vote every day on anything. And I don't work in a job I don't like. I have. By the way, I want to say, people will say, oh, you can't, like, you've never done, like, think about actually just straight up quitting a job you don't like. I have done that. I got hired at a job. Hired is a little bit, I guess, misleading. I signed the piece of paper that said I want to work for this job. And then I got there, and it turns out they had been a fibbing a little bit on on what the job would entail. Just a little bit, just a little scotch of fibbing. Specifically about the days and times that I would have to work at this job. Just a little fib, just a tiny little fib. And there were personal stakes in me quitting, so I had to really weigh it out. But I got to the end of the day, and I texted the guy who recruited me. I was like, I will not be into this job again. That I didn't. It sucked. It was pretty bad. The pay didn't cover the displeasure I had doing that, so I did something else. I didn't make any money that summer, but I did it, and I made some money. But it was fine, and now I've got a job that's not that, and it's great. And then I had, because a family member who recommended this job. He was like, well, if you're looking for work in the summer, just come do this. And I was like, okay. It didn't end up being my thing. I didn't like it. There were other people who wanted the job, so I didn't feel bad about, like, leaving these people hanging. You know, and they were okay. There's a lot to this. I'm not gonna go into. But then, you know, now every time I talk to the person who was like, you should do this job, I have to hear about the time that I went, got a job, and the first day decided, I didn't like that, and didn't go back. But that's fine, because it made me genuinely unhappy to do that work. So what honor is there in sticking around? I don't think people have really internalized this a critically important thing about your life, which is that, and people will say this, people will say, YOLO, YOLO, you only live once. Do you fucking not understand that that means that you're not, like, if you really live by the idea that you're only going to have a single shot at this whole thing, the whole thing that you've got going, the whole continuation, the single thread that connects whatever you were in the past or whatever you'll be in the future, that one thing is that you're not supposed to waste it at all. People will say you only live once, and they'll go on vacation one time, and then 64 other days of the year they hate their lives and they have to tell you about it. They're like, job sucked. And I have to tell them in some sort of, I guess maybe they think I'm sarcastic, like, well, you should just quit. Because it's a very simple answer. You could just stop doing that. I think this, I don't mean this to be mean, obviously, because, you know, we all do stuff like this from time to time, but it's quite childish to continue to do something that is just, that really, really brings you great displeasure, instead of trying to find a way to maybe get around what's so displeasing about it for you. Because there are ways around it. Even things that are difficult that, like, you have to do, there are ways around it. Now, they're not always, like, fantastic. You're not always going to have the best option. Right? The best option is probably not usually on the table. Same thing with the voting. Okay, 9 times out of 10, when you vote on something, things are going to be set up in such a way that makes it difficult for you to want to pick a choice that you will find legitimately satisfying. It's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. But if you can put up with some amount of discomfort, some amount of having to navigate in a way that no one's navigated before, you might find that there's a way to get what you want if you subvert things a little bit. Like, if you just, fuck it, I'll figure out how to have a house later. I just need to not have this job right now. You might find that it opens up something for you. I've thought about this a lot. Not that I'm planning on quitting my job right now or anything, but I think about how much time a job takes up. It's so much time. It's 8 hours of your day. That's the same amount of time that you spend sleeping, which I personally find quite offensive about sleeping. There's a third of your life that's just like, wouldn't it be funny if we designed a species, if we came up with a cool idea for a species, and that cool idea was that you'd have a nearly infinite place to explore, a full digital thing to do. You know, you could live 2 lives, one that's completely digital and one that's in real life, and both of those options are functionally infinite. There's no way in 100 years that you could visit every city, or, I mean, if you traveled constantly, maybe. But you couldn't go on every hike. You couldn't spend. You couldn't, you know, build up skills in every discipline. Right? There's a limited amount of time, and a nearly infinite amount of stuff to do. And we're gonna give this species the ability to comprehend just how much there is to do, and then we're gonna force them to spend a third of their life doing fucking nothing. Just absolutely nothing. And you're like, oh, so like they'll sit around and read? Nope. Eyes closed, back of the islands, darkness. Have fun. Go waste away. Like, imagine if someone spent a third of their life doing anything else that wasn't in some way productive. Like, and actively, not just not productive, but like actively being lazy. Because sleeping is quite lazy. I mean, you're not being productive in any way for anyone. Like, even if you're doing some sort of job that feels like you don't have an impact, someone's still benefiting from it. There's still some reason why someone is paying you for this work. But when you're sleeping, it just kind of, you sleep because if you don't, you're gonna die. And like, yeah, you feel, oh, finally, oh my gosh, I've been waiting so long. And like, yeah, sleep can be nice if you have like a good dream. That's like, that sleep is pretty good. But a lot of the time, you go to sleep and you wake up and you're like, what was that? I closed my eyes and then everything, and then it was the morning. And who wants that? What's the point of that? That's just 8 hours down the drain. And sure, you might feel a little bit rested the next morning. You're like, I got some good sleep, but... Ooh, actually, give me this. Do I want the pure ones or the regular? The regular ones, I think, are better. Okay, I'm going to take the regular ones. That could have been a mistake. Okay, iron like that. That's aluminum. It was like this, right? Or no, it was like this. So then this lets me get the charged crystals. Oh yeah, I'll put this here. So now I can put a charged crystal in it. Or a regular crystal and get a charged one. Oh, this takes RF. Hold on, let me move this to a spot that makes more sense. It's back here. There we go. Is it not picking up on charge? Shit. How do I charge this thing? Oh. The charger will charge any item that accepts power via the bottom or top of any power source. Okay. I can't put it on top because of the way that that's set up. But I can put it here. Nice, there we go. Ooh, also, stop that. Did it give me a charged one? No. Okay, I guess I'll just leave it to charge and we'll see if that works. Maybe it takes a while. I think, does that come out in my... It probably comes out a little bit in my... the way that I make videos and things, right? That if I don't like something, I'm just not gonna do it. Like, I'll abandon a bit. I will. You saw the Neon Odyssey stream. Skystone. You saw that stream. You saw that at the end of that there was nothing. I mean, I'm not above getting into something and then just giving up. I'm really not above it. Oh, I need to turn this back on. There we go. What is Skystone? Can I scan this with thaumaturgy? With my little eyeglass here? I need to study darkness. Well, I was really hoping that I could just get a pass and learn some stuff, but fine. It's like a weird sound. Okay. The reason I'm going down this track instead of whatever I was doing last time is because I need to get the storage options out of this, which are down here. There's like all sorts of drives and things that allow you to store a bunch of items at once. It's pretty great. The various crystals used by... You'll need seeds. Craft the quartz dust with sand. The fluid seed is made by pulverizing fluid crystals and mixing the dust with sand. Okay. So I take one of these, and I take one of these, and I take... I've got another quartz around here. And then I should be able to, once I've got this network storage thing hooked up, I should be able to access it from any floor I want, and then I want to do this running up and down thing, and I think that's probably worth my time. I mean, okay, to be fair, none of this, absolutely none of this is worth my time. This is a video game that is not going to result in much. And I understand that. I do. But if all I thought about was the result, if that's all I cared about, where would I be? What would I be doing? Probably something much more important, like finishing the book that I was writing, or... Can I go back to just sieving gravel? Ooh. I've got these seeds now, maybe. What else did I need? What else did this need? Claim. There we go. Everything matters. I don't know what this gets me. But I need to get down towards the storage stuff. Which means both of these. Place a crystal growth accelerator next to a water source block. That's an A2E seed in it. AE2 seed in it. And apply power to the top with ME cables, which I don't know what are, so I'll probably need to grab something else. Multi-tool description? Okay, so this is like the last beginner quest then. Use the inscriber and make one of each of the processors, so I need an inscriber. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh, I need the slime stuff set up then. Damn, they don't make this one easy. This pack is pretty complicated. Did this do its thing? Where did it go? Didn't I place a crystal in here? Did it just fuck off? Where did... Wait, no, stop taking it out. I needed that. Oh, just once it's done, it throws it in here, which is not what I wanted. That's strange. That's really strange. Okay, let me add these, and then I will... Let's look up how to make slime stuff. I believe that's in here. Take a barrel of water, and you right-click it with a bucket of milk. That's fucking weird. Water. This will be milk in a minute. I gotta go upstairs and milk the cow. Hey, Bessie, get over here. I need your assistance. Don't hit me. I didn't know that you could distress the cow to this extent. Is this a normal thing that you can do? Do cows actually, if you try to get more milk out of the cow than it's got, does it freak out like that? I know a guy who used to work on a cow farm. Maybe he'll know. I want to call him right now and ask if you can distress a cow by milking it. Probably. I imagine they'll get upset with you at some point. Wasn't I talking about something like kind of, I don't want to say important, but something with a bit more meaning than distressing a cow? I know you can have a cow. That is a weird saying, don't have a cow. Like, it feels like a cow would be a pretty good thing to have in a lot of milk. Do you like milk? Do you like milk? I asked you a fucking question. Yeah, like, and then when the cow is dead, you're like, oh well, now I've got a dead cow. What do I do? You eat it. It's a very easy thing to consider. Is would a cow be a net benefit for you or not? And like, obviously you have to pay to feed the cow, which is not the most fun ever. But think about how much milk you no longer have to think about. You know, milk is expensive, and we got into the dang old pandemic. You remember that thing that, like, 2020? You remember that year that everyone thought was really great, and we all looked at it and we're like, this was a fantastic year. Weird thing though, milk was really expensive back then, and rune of self-sacrifice. Well, what the heck? Blood rune. I don't know what these are. What the fuck? Oh, it's a slime. I made this. Oh, okay, the little guys can't hurt you, right? I like how surprised I was about the thing that I did. That I did that, and I was like, what is this? I'm so scared. Can I store energy in this thing? What do you do? Okay, now it's gonna go into the chest. Because I forgot to do the thing I was doing, which was stopping that. There we go. So now this is full. What does it do? Can I, like, zap shit? No? Okay. I guess I gotta be wary, because this will spawn a slime. I heard a pig. I heard a pig. Where was that pig at? Nope, I'm hallucinating. So I found out, I did some more reading on the thaumaturgy stuff, and it turns out the pink goo, oh, you can get a miniature red heart, which I will eat. Wait, what does this do? Can be eaten to restore 10 hearts. Well, I won't eat it now. I'll wait. I'll wait until I need to consume a heart. Last time, I was throwing random shit in here, and it was making purple goop. And I was like, I wonder what the purple goop does. Is that bad? And it turns out, yeah, it's pretty bad. You're not meant to, like, be around it too much. Because it can give you really bad goop disease, and then you won't like what you won't. It's really bizarre. The trees in this game just grow all at once. Kind of want to be like slow down a little bit, and then they just don't. It's scary. I'm scared. I'm really fearful. Okay, so what do I need for this? Sticky pistons, iron, obvious. In fact, if I have the option, I'll make some more iron. Always be cooking iron in these games, because I'll tell you what, they really looked at all of us and said, you need more iron. Consistently. It's the one thing I always need more of. I can only sleep at night. Damn it. Duh. I need this. I need this. I also need redstone. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Like this, and then I need bam, bam, bam. Put the slime in a bucket. There we go. Or a box, I guess. It's a box. Bam, bam, bam. Like this, and then there's a crystal there. Crystal. No, how did I mess this up? I see. Okay, that's one part of it. What else was there to talk about? You know, maybe there needs to be a little bit more nuance, which I don't mean that you should do just whatever makes you happy, and that you shouldn't do things that are uncomfortable, or that will bring you some discomfort. In fact, I think I suggested the opposite. So hopefully we're good there. I don't mean that you should just do things that make you happy, but if there's something that you want, if there's something that you really think that you should have, you should not be afraid of the discomfort or the time or the energy that it will take for you to get those things. And you also shouldn't be afraid to start right now, like immediately. Up to and including quitting your job or whatever, right? Like, if you really think that that's going to be a big boon to your life, if you wake up every day and you hate what you're doing, or I mean anything, if there's something that you just really fundamentally don't dig, I think that you should be fully free. You should be completely at peace with choosing to do something else whenever you feel like choosing it. And I think a lot of people think that you have to like wait for the right time, but I mean, you're not getting any younger, and if you wait too long, you're gonna die wishing you had done something. Okay, what else do I need here? I think about that a lot, actually. Now that I'm really considering it, I need these copper and lead. I think about how I'm gonna die very frequently. In the idea, not that I'm like obsessing over death or whatever, but that anytime a scenario comes up where I have to consider whether or not I want to do something, I think, well, at some point I'm going to kick it. And when I do finally meet my maker, am I going to be considering like, oh, I wish I had done this? And I never want to experience that. I never want to get to the end of my life and think, can I go back? Can I get a redo? Can I get a redo and do something else? Like, that's not what... And that's not to say that, like, don't make mistakes. Or, you know, be so afraid of failure that you do something ruinous. But... like, am I going to get to the end of my life and really think, I didn't like the job that I had, or... And I wish I'd quit, or... anything like that, really. You know, I feel like that's kind of the fundamental thing that you gotta learn. Wait, no, I just made that one. What is the one I'm making now? Copper ingots, that's right. That all is to say that I should probably be editing a video right now, and I don't feel like it. Does that kind of make sense? Transmission coil, secondary gearbox. I don't know how any of this stuff works. Also, if I'm going back to carving up gravel, I gotta throw the gravel in here. And I guess I'm gonna start smelting great wood for fuel, because it gives you so much. Hope it doesn't turn into anything catastrophic and explode on me. Nah, it's fine. Try and get that back up and running. Okay, the reason I switched over to power is because I realized a bunch of stuff needed it. And I've got a steam dynamo here. So I want to know how this thing works. This is a steam dynamo augmentation. Integrated redstone circuit. So I could remove that to just take the redstone piece out of it. What does this do? Allows insertion and extraction through the coil of a dynamo. Base fuel energy. Times 2 energy produced. That's great. Cool. And then what do I put in here? Do I load it up with, like, burnables, or what goes in a steam dynamo? I guess I should have looked at the block before I got rid of it. Do you put water in you? Oh, you do put water in you. Oh shit, wait, I messed this up. So this needs a constant stream of water. Okay, does it also need lava? If we put lava in here, will it generate? If it needs constant sources of lava, we might be in for a trouble. No. Here, take this. Also, let me fill up my larva buckets. The fuck? Oh, that song just stopped suddenly. Okay, so what does this need now? Does it take burnables? It does, and then it gives you a volume of steam. Okay. Cool. So it takes water and something burnable and converts it into something, into energy. Because there's generators that don't take water, but maybe this produces more faster? I think it does. I think that's its purpose. Give me that. What is this? Power, hand-driven power. Okay, done. Mud fuel? No, that doesn't seem like anything I need. Yellorium. Oh, is this uranium? Okay, but power transfer. Leadstone flux duct. Redstone. Oh, okay. And then just stained glass. Wish the other one was this easy. The item ducts take a ton of resources that are kind of hard to get. Not a ton, it just takes more. So I also need lead. Right, it was lead. Lead. Like this? No. Lead. Lead and then stained glass. Oh, it's not iron, it's redstone. I don't know why I thought it was iron. This makes way more sense. And then I need this item here, and then I can add one of these to there. There we go. So now this should have power. Yep. I guess I could add any of these to this system. At some point, I will set up a proper engineering space that's like fully powered on the walls and things, but for now, I don't need it. What do you do? Plus base 10 fuel energy? Well, if I've got an extra slot. Okay, what else was I working on? What else was I working on? Glad I can speak so clearly. A tuberous flux capacitor. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Give me this. Eventually this will start giving me coal. So I actually don't want this to be full. Or even, I mean, I want like a few of these in there. I don't want it to overflow the section of pipe because it like explodes if you try and put too much stuff into one item duct. Okay. Don't need any of that. Okay, what do I need to do? I guess I don't need to do anything. What was I doing? What shall I do in the future? What will I do from here on out? Back to applied engineering. Inscriber, so I need a block of iron. Crafting presses are found at the center of meteorites. Or just molten lead in the casting table will give you one of these. What? Didn't make sense, but I'll try. Do I have any lead to smelt up? Yeah. Yup. A bunch of it. Now we wait. Now we wait. Oh, my chair's squeaky. How many blocks did I get? 36. That's pretty great. So this will just give me the inscriber plate, just lead. Or the inscriber calculation press. I need a block of iron. And then I wait, and it'll give me the thing I need. Bam. That way, they just copied it. I don't need both of these. Oh, shit. Go in the box. Inscriber logic press is copper. It didn't tell me how many I needed. I guess I'll just smelt up the rest of my copper. And then this one is nickel. Okay. I don't know if nickel and any of the rest of these interact, so I should probably clear it out. One copper, a bunch of lead. And let me grab my nickel sand. Nickel ore sand, nickel ore gravel. Pump out 16 more lead. Okay. Hey, Snack. I can see you. Snack's over there on he's trying to get on the kitchen counter because I cooked chicken a while ago. And he's real keen on eating chicken whenever he can get it. Like, I'll get a roaster chicken from the grocery store because I think it's a good way to eat some protein. And boy, he's real upset at the whole having a feeder in the house that commands how much he eats and when. He gets real peeved about that because it's not how it used to be. I used to let him eat whenever he wanted, and then, you know, we started noticing the cat was getting a little bit up there in the old LBs, you know, and that wasn't necessarily a good thing, you know. It kind of impacts his health. So I thought, well, okay, we'll cut that out. We'll get him a feeder that feeds him once in a while, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about overfeeding him. It gives him a set amount of food every day at the same times. Very consistent. And boy, he just wants to... He wishes that it were an infinite font of food. He's like, oh, the tank on this thing's so big. There's so much food in here. But he can only have a little bit of time. Which I think is a good thing. I don't think that he should always have access to that amount of food. It was a little bit unhealthy. Also, okay, here's the thing. Whenever you apply for a lease, like whenever you want to get in a house or an apartment and you've got a pet, you'll be asked how heavy your pet is. For whatever reason, they're like, I want to know how big your pet is. Is it greater than 25 pounds? And I don't know how much 25 pounds is. And then you get a weird look. People look at you and go, well, how could your cat possibly be over 25 pounds? And I say, well, I don't know, but I don't know how much 25 pounds is. It seems like quite a bit for an animal to weigh, but I don't know how much animals are meant to weigh. So, I don't know. And so I took my cat to the vet, and he had been eating too much because of the way that his life was structured, my life was structured. And before I made this change, obviously, and they're like, your cat's 17 pounds. And I was like, is that a lot? And they're like, yeah, that's a lot. And I was like, well, 25 is the upper end of this. And I've never seen more women look at me like I'm the dumbest motherfucker they've ever met in their whole lives. I've had the opportunity. I really have had the opportunity for that to be the, like, to have a lot of people look at me and be like, this motherfucker is dumb. This guy's stupid as shit. But that time was the worst. I still remember it. That's how bad it was. This needs to, there are too many branches on this tree. I need to stop planting these. It's really bringing down the property value of this place. Okay, that's gonna end badly. Silver lumber axe. I wouldn't have thought that making an axe out of silver would be a good idea, seeing as it's very soft, but it was fine. It ended up being actually okay. Not perfect, not perfect, but okay. I can't be the only one who thinks that there was probably actually a rule in the book that said that dogs can't play basketball. I feel like sometimes the rules are obvious. And I'm sure at plenty of points in the book, at plenty of points inside the rule book for basketball, which they reference. Who just has a rule book for basketball, by the way? If I asked a ref, do you bring a book with you to basketball that describes all of the rules in detail, they'd probably say no. They'd probably be like, that's stupid. Why would we have a book? We know the rules. And so if you look in the book, I'm sure it references people or players a lot. And I don't understand how you could conflate people with dog. Granted, I don't know. You know what? Is there a standardized basketball rules? Hang on, we might need to take a quick detour into basketball land, because this is a very important question. Okay. Official rules for basketball. There's an NBA rule book. Great. No, we don't want cookies. We don't want cookies at all. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Please hold. Please hold. This will be very critical. This is very important. You need to know about this. This is going to be on the test. This is the NBA rulebook. This is the NBA rulebook. This is critically important. We need to find if dogs can play basketball. Okay, I'm assuming these will not reference it. Okay, duties of the official. Okay, there's a lot in here. They'll be assisted by an official scorer. Okay. Inspect and approve all equipment, including core basket. Okay, no jewelry. No dangerous equipment. Okay, it's saying player a lot. It's not saying person. Okay, they have to ensure that the game balls are properly inflated. The crew chief should be the official in charge. Okay. Flitting signal as to who caused the ball to go out of bounds. When a personal foul or violate. Okay, we're getting close. We found the word person. It's not in reference to what I was hoping to see. Double foul. Yeah, this is not. Free throws. Okay, let's go back. Players, substitutes, okay. Court dimension, players. Team. Each team shall consist of 5 players. No team. Okay, so you can't have less than 5. Should be assigned. Okay. A technical foul also shall be assessed against his team. Okay, so we've discovered something. His, meaning that very likely, if a dog were allowed in the game, it'd have to be a male dog, which cuts out half of all dogs. So I'm sorry if your dog is a female. They can't play basketball in the NBA. They have to go to the WNBA for that. At the very least, they might not be allowed to play. We haven't gotten to the end of the rules yet. Balls in play. Okay, starting lineups. This is very important stuff. Captain. Okay, interesting. Designated captain is the only player who may ask an official about a rule interpretation during a timeout. So the dog must be able to speak or communicate in some way to the official. Hang on, we're not playing Minecraft. What the fuck? We're on a tangent. We need to change this shit. Can a dog play basketball? They're the same sport, really, if you think about it. Okay, there we go. Can a dog play basketball? He may not discuss a judgment decision. I don't know what that means. Okay, this is the coach. A player coach if permitted under NBA regulations. This is the rulebook. Are there other regulations? That seems a little silly. Bench will be occupied by a league-approved head coach, a maximum of 3 assistant coaches, players, and trainer. Okay, interesting. So here, if we have a dog playing, if they get ejected, they're not allowed back into the arena, which means that they need some sort of handler outside of the arena that can manage a dog if it gets suspended. Because you can tell a person to leave, and then they will leave. But if you tell a dog to leave, they're probably gonna like have qualms about that you have to resolve. Okay, substitutes, McCurdy's being in the game. Free throws. Substitutes are allowed to enter the game, right? Uniforms? Oh, this could be where we really nail it. Each player should be numbered on the front and the back of his jersey with a number contrasting the color of the color of the what? NBA, this is your official rulebook. What the hell? Why? Contrasting with the color of the what? Alright, well I found a typo in the official NBA rulebook. Each number must be no less than 3/4 of an inch in height on the front and 6 inches. And 6 inches on the what? On the each player shall have his surname affixed to the back of his game jersey in letters at least 2.5 inches in height. Some exceptions, the front number, height, and surname may exist from time to time. Okay. The home team shall wear light-colored jerseys and the visitors dark jerseys unless otherwise... Unless otherwise what? I can't be the only one who's noticed that the official NBA rules are bad. Unless otherwise... For neutral court games, doubleheaders, the second team named in official schedule should be regarded... Okay, so this is interesting. So if you have a dog, they have to wear a jersey to play basketball. And on the front of their jersey, so I'm assuming that's on the bottom of the dog. Unless by front and back the jersey has to cover their head, which seems dangerous and like you wouldn't want to do that. I mean, I guess having the bigger number on its back kind of is okay. Because that's the one you're really seeing anyway. So, probably allow it, right? Okay, so this didn't give me any more info on can a dog play basketball. Definitions. Uh-oh, we might have them here. Fouls, free throw. Field goal? The act of shooting starts when the player started his shooting motion and continues until the shooting motion ceases. Field goal attempt. To include the flight of the ball until it becomes dead or is touched by a player. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Fumble. Player who is holding the ball fumbles it out of his control may recover the ball. Okay. Dribble, right? Okay, so these are all the definitions. That didn't get me. We didn't find anything. Scoring, timing, shot clock, free throws, and penalties. Comments on the rules. Can I comment? Is this going to be bad? Oh no, it's just commentary on the rules. Taunting. Yeah, I don't think any of this is... I don't think that any of this gets into... I mean, maybe player team contact? It's where a sport coat, okay, right. Playing players must keep their uniform shirts tucked in their pants. Interesting. So yeah, I don't see anything in the rules that says a dog can't play basketball, but they have to have a front, a back, and they have to be male, which is concerning. But, you know, it's the NBA. Okay, if your female dog wants to play basketball, they have to go to the WNBA. I don't make the rules. The fucking NBA does. And I mean, if you want to look at how good they're at rules, they can't even get their own rule book right. There was a bunch of errors that I noticed, which seems improper for an official organization that has this much money. A lot of money to not be doing your jobs right. I mean, I'm not saying that they're like really messing it up, but basketball's still cool. What do I know? I'm some schlub. Don't listen to a schlub. You wouldn't listen to a schlub. They should put that on a commercial and play it in front of every movie you get at Blockbuster for decades, forever. Do y'all remember Blockbuster? Wow. What a time to be alive when Blockbuster existed. I guess it still does, right? There's still like a Blockbuster. There's still a Radio Shack. Oh. I feel like just merely having a Blockbuster, just one of them, doesn't bring back Blockbuster. There's so much more to the idea of Blockbuster existing that isn't just Blockbuster. You need the whole culture around renting video to be different, and I don't know if that's ever going to come back. You need people to be excited to get out of their houses and go to a place where you interact with 4 or 5 people who may or may not absolutely despise their lives, who really don't give a shit whether or not you like whatever movie you're gonna see. And you gotta be content going there and picking up a movie that's gonna be, you know, $5, $10, depending, right? Actually, inflation, fuck it, $30. You have to be cool with that. And then you gotta have like a movie that you wanna watch. I feel like most people now don't have a movie they wanna watch. I feel like most people, they start with, we should watch a movie, and they pick what movie to watch. I don't have that. Have these stopped? Do they not have electricity? Why is there... Oh, it's still making sand. Okay. You know, I've had this idea to watch all the Michael Caine... You know what? Should I just do that? Should I just... I've had this idea forever where we just... Oh, there's a fucking cow. Look, it's eyeing me up. It knows I'm here. It's coming to get my ass. Hey, fuck you, cow. Oh, jeez. No, there's another cow. Dumbass cow. Oh, it got me. How fucking terrifying are you, Mr. Cow? Moo. Oh, shit. Moo moo. Quest complete. Yeah, I guess. I guess I'll cook up some steaks. I heard another cow. It's got me fucking paranoid for cows. So if I just go up here, will it spawn infinite cows? Oh, wait. I have the Soul Sanctum music split up into 2 because... why did I split it up? Because there's not sufficient disk space to continue recording. I had like 9 gigabytes. We've gone through 9 gigabytes of storage. Why did that steak not fill me up at all? The devs of this mod don't know how much protein fills you up. I guess we're gonna hit OK, and I'm gonna try and clear up space real quick. What, is this gonna fucking destroy me? Hang on. Listen to music and pretend like interesting things are happening. Here. I will just play. Oh, no. It's very exciting. You're gonna watch a blank screen. Or not blank, you're just gonna sit there for a little bit. I need to work out how to get my recording back online. Bow. What the fuck? Okay, recordings. Why is this so full? Why? Okay, I need an archive of the video. Folder. Archive. What does today's date? 6-11-26. Oh, that's the other thing I want to talk about. I was reminded because I'm, you know, obviously talking about the date in some small way. But with the World Cup, I've only got 35 gigs on this thing. Shit. Okay, I guess I'll move it to this drive. I need like a proper NAS storage. I need to get that set up. I just haven't done it yet. I don't have the money to fund it. At some point I will, but not today. Okay. Creation, recordings. So with the World Cup coming to the North American continent, America and Canada, I believe. I don't really follow the World Cup, so I wouldn't know. But with that probably being what's going on, I've been very excited to see people more involved in... Hang on, I need to make a mental note. 11-3-25, okay. To see people involved in American culture in a way that they've not been previously, specifically Europeans. Because I find that while Europeans are very, very friendly, let me turn the music on that maybe has less going on. While Europeans are very nice, I think that they look down on American culture in a way that I don't think is deserved. And that you kind of have to be in America to really understand what it's all about. Because when you're here, you're family. But you also understand the grandeur of what we've got. And the same thing happens, by the way, like I went to Europe and I was like, so much of this is fantastic. I wish that we could have a lot of this back home. And I imagine that people think in their heads before they show up to America, they're like, well, there's nothing about America that I want to take home with me, you know? And there's I think a big reason why so many people who like, this is especially pronounced, I've seen a lot of content people, they come to America and then they take a big piece of America home with them, and that makes me feel very good as someone who was born in this place. Now, when people talk about America, they're talking about like New York and LA, basically. Maybe Miami. Or maybe Orlando, right? Because they're going to Disney World or something. And when you get, that's not America. That's those three cities. To understand what America is really like, you need to go to places where average folk live, where you're gonna find or I guess not average, but maybe median folk, you know, because the average person's gonna live in a city. Just globally, there's so many people who live in cities. The population is so dense. On average, you'll find someone in a city, right? But that's not really where the America lives. The America lives in like somewhere between the suburbs and a rural place where you really get the benefit of living in America without the downsides of living in an American city. Because American cities are great until you have to do anything that normal people do. Like, do you have to go to the doctor for a checkup? Don't be in a city. Please don't. Do you have to like go to a music lesson? Well, good luck with that. Have fun. You're going to have to wait through a sea of people. It's going to be loud and it's going to smell like shit. Now, the positives, if you need to know anyone, there's a lot of people in a city. If you need very specific things, going to a city is probably the place to find it because that's where the people are. If you have like a really rare medical condition, a city is a great place to be in because the doctor who can treat whatever you've got likely lives in a city, right? Of course, that is all greatly dramatized, what I've said. And a lot of these people are getting out of the city and they're going to places like middle of nowhere, fucking Texas, to go to Buc-ee's, right? Because Buc-ee's are all set up in or they're supposed to all be set up in small towns. Or you get to see kind of the suburban sprawl of just like 1,000 massive homes outside of fucking Dallas or Atlanta or whatever. That's not like the standard row housing that you have in Europe. Or I'm thinking specifically of Britain, because I think that's where most people in the US know about houses from. Right? Because we get a lot of British TV, Doctor Who, and things like that. Let me go back to this other folder. Excuse me. This one down to... I'm always a little bit wary of getting rid of old recordings because one time I recorded a few hours of gameplay. And then I accidentally deleted one of the 4 recordings that it was split over, and I couldn't make the video because I didn't want to go back and spend another 10 hours doing a thing. Okay. We might switch things up here. I'm curious. I want to watch every Michael Caine movie. Not all right now, but... every Michael Caine movie. Oh my gosh, if I could type a simple sentence, maybe. Okay, we're gonna go off IMDb. Michael Caine's full filmography, his first film according to IMDb. Oh, this is curated by like a certain person. No, I don't trust this at all. Okay, I guess I'll trust Wikipedia. Morning Departure. I'm not going to advise that you watch anything made in the 50s because I'm not super sure about what we're going to get into when we watch this. Oh, what's up, Luke? How's it going? I am considering right now whether or not to watch the 1950 film Morning Departure featuring Michael Caine, although he's uncredited on the movie, so we'll see if he's actually there. As a big project I'm doing at some point in my future where I will watch every movie with Michael Caine in it. And there's a lot. And a lot of these are really good movies that I've not seen. It's something I'd really like to do. Because I like Michael Caine as an actor. I think he's a good actor. And I like his voice. And I mean, obviously, everyone knows Michael Caine from that one time he was Alfred. Right, but we don't think about that one time when he was... Which one of these is role and okay, that's the director. That one time he was Sidney Cochran in California Suite. Or that one time he was Sidney Bruhl in Death Trap. Or why is he Sidney in so many movies? Does he have a name I don't know about? Or that one time he was Soldier in Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, which I've not seen. I've seen probably 2 of these movies. But I think it'd be very funny to do a a review series where I watch every Michael Caine movie in order, and I just release a review on all of them. Yeah, Monty Python's very good. I watched The Holy Grail, and I thought that was brilliant. And I've seen clips and things here and there because it shows up on shorts. I've watched probably 5 or 6 full-length movies through shorts out of order. But there's going to be a lot of really good stuff. And I don't know if we'll do all of his television. Maybe we'll do television second, because he's in a lot of TV. Oh, and this list has not been maintained. It only goes to 2023. His final... Wait. He hasn't had a film role since 2023? Ooh, and the bot got taken out. Nice. Thanks, Nightbot. Thanks, Nightbot. Okay, this is, I think, a good idea. I want to see if I can get this movie. This is the sidetrack that I'm on. So I'm sorry, you're catching me at a point where I'm not playing a video game. Can I watch this movie? Actually, if it's over 70 years old, it should be in the comments, so I should be able to just find it online. We're in Departure Film. I'm also a little bit concerned if I review these movies and if they're like, because they're old. If we watch this movie and it's like really racist. Twitch is subject to international copyright law? Ah, fuck. Well, I mean, we wouldn't watch it on stream. I might stream my live reaction to it, and then I would just, you know, we'd watch it together. You'd watch it, and I'd watch it, and you'd get my live reaction. I wouldn't actually play it on stream. That would be illegal. I'm just thinking about how to get a hold of it, because a lot of these old movies don't show up on streaming. I would have to go, well, I don't even know how you'd watch an old movie like this. I guess you'd find it on tape, maybe? Where to watch? There we go. British naval drama Morning Departure, also known as Operation Disaster, on Google Play. Oh, you can get a physical copy of this movie. Okay. No, I don't want spoilers. They're trying to spoil me. I guess I could watch it on Google Play. Oh, it's literally right here. About this movie is mystery and suspense. Add to wish list. This item is not available. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What does that mean? Can I watch an Amazon? Or is this a... Oh, I don't want to open this. Shit, I need to go to a different Google account. Uh-oh. Okay. Where to watch Morning Departure. This is Just Watch. Oh, is this? I shouldn't have said that. I don't know what this site is. I don't know if that's a thing. It's on Prime Video with ads. Oh, damn, that's annoying. So it is on Amazon then. It's available to rent on DVD or to buy on DVD for $18, which is not worth it. I don't have a DVD player. I'm thinking this movie might not be very good. It's a British war drama from the 50s. Or I don't want to say not good. It might not be very entertaining to modern palates. How are there so many people who've bought this movie? 260 people bought this movie and decided to leave an Amazon review? Don't even get me fucking started on that. Prime Video with ads is the worst invention known to man. You've already paid for Prime. I agree. I watched Invincible like that. I've been watching Vox Machina like that. I can't stand it. It's so annoying. I'm already paying for this. Now, granted, I'm getting quite a bit off on shipping fees, which get baked back into the price of the item. Yes, I know that. This is all just money's made up. Money's made up anyway. But also it's not on Prime Video. This is a DVD format. Could I have it? When would it deliver? Free delivery June 22nd. That's the end of the month. That's not acceptable. We live in the year 2026. Shit should be on my door as soon as I think about wanting it. And I don't want to say the name of all these sites because I'm worried a lot of these are going to be pirated. There's a digitally enhanced 2015 edition. Well, does this ruin the credibility if I watch the new digitally enhanced version? And if Michael Caine is really young and I don't recognize him in the movie, what am I going to do? Oh, jeez. Do I want to pay $13? I don't even have a DVD player. Does my Xbox do DVD? I packed my Xbox. Universal Hologram, buy gold. Yes, buy gold. I think that's a sound investment advice. You can buy gold. Although, I do like that they figured out how to synthesize gold. It's not efficient enough to actually do at scale, but they have officially made gold using like a particle accelerator. I just want to watch this movie without buying a fucking DVD. It used to be on Google Play, and now it's not. Alchemist would be proud. It only took us 2,000 years. No, probably because alchemy was a thing in like the 1300s, right? Like really long ago. It only took us a few thousand years to figure out how alchemy actually is supposed to work. I do think it's funny that the whole like science of, or what we used to think of science as transmutation in like, you know, 10,000 to you know, a few thousand years ago. We've just solved with science of like, if you hit the particles together really hard, like if you really chuck a particle at another one, sometimes it just be gold. Sometimes it just change. Okay, so this says just Amazon if you want to buy. Oh, this is in Spain. But I don't want the Spanish version. How do you know about Alchemist? Granted, I've played a lot of games involving alchemy. I should probably know. If I click this stream, no, this says promoted. It's just not available to stream in the US. Okay, I'm gonna make a horrible financial decision. I'm going to buy a DVD copy of the movie Morning Departure. You'll not be able to watch this with me. Alchemy is an autistic special interest of mine. Oh, okay. That's cool. It makes a lot of sense. Now that you mentioned the Thaumcraft stuff, that makes a lot of sense. Have you played the game, what fucking game is that? A Plague Tale. Have you played a Plague Tale? A Plague Tale, Innocence, and Requiem. They're two of my favorite games. And they involve alchemy, and it's very fun. It's not alchemy focused, but there's alchemy as a part of it. You've got it in your wish list? You gotta promote that to being in the cart, man. It's gotta be in the cart. You gotta play it. It's good. The first one's like a solid 8-hour walking sim with a very good story and incredible soundtrack. There's stealth elements and combat and stuff tied to it too. The second game is much, much better. With like the puzzles are awesome. The themes are awesome. The characters are really, really, really good. And then the ending, I don't want to talk about because I will be upset. Okay, this one says it'll get to me on July 3rd, which I think is disrespectful. Amazon Marketplace BA sales, June 16th? That's in 5 days. It's $6 delivery, so it'll be 20 bucks. New for 14 bucks. Do I want a new copy of Morning Departure? Well, if I'm gonna watch every Michael Caine movie, I have to start somewhere. And I'm gonna make whoever this guy is who bought this movie in the 60s. Although this is DVD. You don't think it'll be, no, it's sealed in plastic. It's got like this sticker on it and everything. Imagine if I get this movie and I can't even figure out where Michael Caine is in the movie. All right. It's $20. It's $20. Okay, let's see. Can I get his next movie, Panic in the Parlor? On streaming. Why do these British films all have other names? Panic in the Parlor, the 1956 British comedy, also known as Sailor Beware, is not currently available to stream on major US platforms. You can rent or buy it on Google. No, this says Prime Video. This is Prime Video. Oh, it spit me out to the homepage, so that's not real. Panic in the Parlor. Okay. Watch now on Amazon. You can buy a DVD. Prime Video. Watch similar movies, so that's not it. Okay, so it's DVD. Panic in the Parlor. Not a variety of British films had different titles in different theaters. Interesting. This was 1956. I might have to use the other title because I'm not finding it. Sailor Beware. Oh. God, Amazon needs to figure out their website. Sailor Beware. Dean Martin and Jerry. Directed by Gordon Perry. Is this the movie? Does it list a director? List the cast. Oh, the director's not the same. It says the director here is Hal Walker. Not Gordon Perry. Okay, so what the fuck is this movie? Sailor Beware. Based on Sailor Beware by Philip King. Starring Peggy Mount, Shirley Eaton, Ronald Lewis. Okay, so these are not the same people. This is a different movie. Is this a newer version of the movie Sailor Beware? When was this shot? 1952. But this is 56. What is Britain doing? Is the movie I was gonna buy, is this the right one? Is this Morning Departure the correct one that I want? I think the original magnet tape the film was on has decayed yet? Oh yeah. Well, plus it was Britain in the 50s. They were reusing all of their tapes. Every tape that, or all of like the film and the tape and stuff that got they got recorded on got re-recorded over at some point. The idea of film preservation did not exist. the thing we have now where it's like everything needs to be cataloged and kept forever was not a thing even 40 years ago. It's quite new that people are this keen on keeping data. Doesn't re-recording over a tape cause issues? Yeah, but it was Britain in the 50s. I think they were happy to have a television. I think most people in the 50s were like, we have a TV. This is pretty great. And they didn't give a shit besides that. Is this the right movie? I'm so confused. This is exceptionally frustrating. Okay. I just need to look for specifically this movie. It's called Sailor Beware. Sailor Beware DVD. So this did exist on DVD, and I just need to find this one. But okay, here it is. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, lads, holy shit, the price of this DVD is very expensive. This specific version of the movie is very expensive. The American release was under a different title. Interesting. There's different versions of the movies with different actors, it seems like. We have a TV that you sit too close, you'll get a radiation poisoning and go blind. Oh, like an old tube TV? Is it that damaged? We had an old black and white TV from the 60s when I was a kid, because it's the only thing we could get. Like, someone was getting rid of it, and we were like, that's a free TV. And I played all of... What game was that? I played all of Brawl on that old black and white CRT. And all of the Force Unleashed 1 and 2 on that CRT. Until eventually we found someone giving out a free color CRT TV that we plugged in. And it was pretty great. But they were just happy to have a TV. Yeah. Okay. Do I want to shell out $40 on a DVD? Sailor Beware from... This is very interesting. Non-USA format. So this is the old one. Is this in Spanish? Why would this one be in Spanish? What the shit? Was this in Spanish? Do I not know? I'm so... $40 plus shipping. Yeah, you're right. Because this is shipping like someone just selling this and did not figure out eBay. Wait. Okay, I found the other version of the movie. I found it on video, Prime Video. Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis joined the Navy. Right. Oh, no, wait, is this the right one at all? No, this isn't it. This is the one from 52. Ah, shit. The version of the movie Sailor Beware with Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis is not the one we want. We want the one with... What's her name? Why are there two versions of this fucking movie? And did they even... Is the wiki even right? How is this so complicated? How did this become so complicated? I just want to watch a movie. Does this list Michael Caine as Sailor uncredited? But this is the one with Peggy Mount. It says, is Ronald Lewis like a child of Jerry Lewis? No. I don't think so. Does he have like a family section? Personal life? No, they don't mention his family. Okay, so it is this movie. The only option is $40. But I bet you it'd be the only one on YouTube with a Sailor Beware, Peggy Mont, 1956 review through the lens of wanting to see Michael Caine in the movie. I should rate each movie based on how much I liked Michael Caine in the movie and nothing else. Which would be concerning if there's anything like abhorrent in the movie. We'd be in big trouble. Because I'd end up rating, like, if Michael Caine has his best performance in Sailor Beware and they're saying shit you're not allowed to say today, I'm gonna have to give it an S. Like, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Because people aren't gonna get the context. They're just gonna see this guy rated this movie as being an S and it's really bad. But they think I'm stupid anyway. That's fine. New from $25? Okay. Am I confident that this is the right movie? Rate it based on screen time. Okay. he's an extra in both of these movies. Morning Departure. Let me just make sure I'm getting the right movie. I don't think that the one I'm looking at is the right movie. The music's getting a little bit dour. Hang on. There we go. Operation Disaster in the United States. Let me look for that. Disaster movie. This is from 1950. Operation Disaster. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on. Oh, there's an ad. This is great. I think I found the full movie on YouTube. I think I found the full movie on YouTube. This is the full thing? It's the full movie. I found it. This is certainly something to behold. If anyone asks, I legally paid for this. Shout out to Christopher Larkin. Yes, Christopher Larkin's amazing. Okay, pull this open on YouTube. Oh, this is great. Okay. I need to save this to new playlist, Michael Caine. But that means that we can watch it. I should do a post. I'm gonna pick a day. We're gonna watch the full movie Morning Departure, starring John Mills, Nigel Patrick, Peter Hammond, Richard Attenborough. Hell yeah. This is a fantastic discovery. Thank God someone pirated this movie. And they're illegal in the US, so... When was this posted? Oh, this was literally posted May 5th. What the fuck? Who is doing this? This video might not be up for long. We should schedule this to be soon. It's been around for a month. It's probably fine. Okay, what's the other one? Sailor Beware. Panic in the Parlor. There's an older movie called Panic in the Parlor, which is not what I want. We want the one from 56. Okay, this one has Russian in front of it. Oh, this is not on YouTube. This is a video from a Russian pirating site. I'm not gonna click that link. No way. Nope. Nope, not touching that. This one's on YouTube? Looks like. Yes. YouTube. Oh, this is the 1941 short. That's not what I want. Oh, is it on Internet Archive? Could Internet Archive be the hero for this movie? Yes. Right around an hour 20. This is the version with Peggy Mount. I need to bookmark this. Fuck yes. No, Internet Archive does static images, but they also do old video. So if you want video before copyright became law, all stuff that's like open to the commons, you can go into Internet Archive and there's ways that you can search for just videos that were made in the commons, which is where I get all of the black and white footage for anytime you see black and white footage on a YouTube video that I've made, it's been from the Internet Archive, because I know that it's made in a time period where it's illegal for me to use. And if you think, wow, it's really convenient that the funny guy who's soup themed figured out a way to make old internet footage applicable to Hollow Knight, don't think about it too much. That's a real thing that I'd done. It just so happened that the one video was like really useful for that one video. Okay, Sailor Beware. I'm sure I can get a lot of his movies, a lot of his old movies through online sources, since I've got the first two. Given that his first named role is a hill in Korea. The original name was Hell in Korea, but changed for distribution. Except in the US. Interesting. That's cool. No, I think the Wayback Machine just archives snapshots of websites. Not snapshot as in picture, snapshot as in the state of a software system. Okay. When do we want to do this? Is today Thursday? Is tomorrow's Friday. I need a day when I'm like when I really concretely know that I'm not gonna end up being surprised and busy. It'll have to be next week sometime. I'll make a post on YouTube about it. Well, that was a fun side quest. I'm gonna go back to Minecraft now. What was I doing? I need the inscriber silicon press, which means pouring molten nickel into nothing. I don't know why pouring molten nickel into a nothing gives me a silicon press, but it do. And then I need to set up all... man, it's annoying. Stuff like this kind of annoys me where there's so obviously a need to do something, but you know that you're going to progress past needing to do that, and so you might as well not do it. And so everything's just a mess until the end. A Thaumcraft crucible. Yeah. I spilled a bunch of the pink goop everywhere, or the purple goop all over the floor, and it was annoying, but I'll figure it out one day. Also, there's a cool ball that if you squeeze it too hard, it hurts you. Inscriber name press. This is not a thing I can craft. Using the inscriber, make one of each of the processors. Okay. Inscriber name presses are made with an iron ingot in either cutting knife. Right-click the knife in the air and put the iron ingot into the slot. What the fuck? What is a cutting knife? Knife? Okay, so this is a quartz cutting knife. Here, I need an iron ingot. Bam. I right-click, I put a thing in, and I need a name. Soup. Oh, hang on. Soup. There we go. Subscriber name press. Have you gotten far enough into the Thaumcraft previously to know what the purple goop stuff is? Yeah, it tells you. It's flux, and it's probably not good for your health. I haven't seen any of the negative repercussions besides it being a bit messy, but... Has this got me anything? Certus quartz. Ooh, a charged one. Nice. We're still processing sand? Why? Okay. Oh, I gotta do more? Aw, damn. Okay, if I inscribe a pure Certus quartz crystal onto a calculation press. How do I get a pure Certus quartz crystal? Seed made from Certus quartz dust and sand into a puddle of water. To make the process faster, add the crystal growth accelerators. Into a puddle? What the fuck is a puddle of water? Is that just like a source of water? Alright, let me grab one of these. Certus quartz seed. Yeah. It's doing something. Too much flux in one area causes very bad things? That's fine. If I can deal with the violent outbursts of cows that run around and threaten to terrorize me, what is that? Why is that wrong? It's fine. We'll ignore it. But there are cows that spawn over there sometimes, and they just walk over and really try to fuck up your day. Yeah. So I don't know how long this takes. It said it takes a while. I don't want to leave it. Where this go when the mob dropper broke? Oh, well, that's good. It backs up every 30 minutes then. And that I'm so skilled at cleaning up messes by using the backup system. Because I'm a coward and I refuse to fight. Except for that time I went to the Nether and it was scary and bad. Because breaking blocks just exploded everything. But I solved the dropper blowing up. I've solved it. Very simple solution. The fall is too tall for the creepers to survive now. And there's spikes. And nothing spawns unless I want it to, because I've got one of these. I got a magnum torch. Which sounds like it should be a bad thing. Or maybe something inappropriate, but it's not. It's actually quite welcome. Nether's bad and scary all the time? No, it's particularly bad in this version. I think it's fine in regular Minecraft. It's pretty tame. The lava's annoying. The music is so loud in my ears. Turn it down. There we go. How long is this gonna take? Are we gonna be here forever? Should probably not stand in a spot where anything can get me. Those cows come over here, we're screwed. I'm gonna check my notifications. D&D Beyond drops. Whoa, go away. There we go. Some spam emails. LinkedIn notification. Cool. Cool. I don't know why LinkedIn is so keen on notifying me about stuff I don't care about. I understand the need for your social media app to notify people every time that they forget about it, even a little bit. But how often are people really like LinkedIn is a once a year affair, if that, where you start a new job and you post on LinkedIn, I start a new job, everyone, and they're like, wow, good job. And that happens like once a year, maybe once a quarter if you're really moving through jobs. But like once every 2 years, for me, I've had the same job for 4 years. I don't need to go on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is for figuring out where to go next. Now, I see some people will post on LinkedIn about their thoughts about things that are going on in their workplace, and I don't feel the need to do that. It's just never been that important to let people know like what I really think about the tech stack that my company's using. I don't care. I don't care. It's just the way that it is. It's just what we're doing. It's like I don't post on social media. Well, I don't post on social media except for this ever. And this isn't really me posting anything on the So Upsetting YouTube channel or Twitch or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. I guess less TikTok now because it's so bad, but it's not actually like this is it's not my face. It's my voice to an extent, but I changed my voice quite a bit. Not with a voice changer, but like I'm not speaking as if I would normally because my normal speaking voice is so monotone and like annoying that it wouldn't work. Yes, the soup has no face, so the chef can walk away at any time. Brilliant. That was incredibly well spoken. And I agree wholeheartedly that I could just leave and I wouldn't have to worry about the repercussions. I mean, I would a little bit. I'm sure at some point, and if this hasn't already been created, it will be, in the sort of panopticon state that we're moving towards, where everyone knows everything about you at all times. I think we're on two collision courses with the panopticon thing, which is, yes, we're moving towards a place where like AI or something could listen to all of the recorded video and match it to your voice. So like if you're in a job interview and they record the interview, they could take your voice and they could scan all existing media to find every instance of your voice appearing online, which immediately makes my anonymity, whatever I've got in terms of anonymity, null and void, which is concerning, but what are you gonna do? You can't not live your life because you're afraid. Or you can, just wouldn't recommend it. I don't know if that's a good way to live your life. And then on the other end, we're moving to a spot where anyone's likeness can be fully replicated in high quality using AI. So at the same time, I could just claim that was AI. It wasn't me. Someone stole my voice and my face and whatever. And how would you disprove it? How would you know? If it's good enough that it can fool a human completely, I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And now there's an argument of maybe it'll never fool a human completely. But I know a lot of old people who beg to fucking differ. They get caught up in stuff all the time. Can you believe that this dog is talking? Can you believe that this dog is speaking like a human being? Can you believe it? This gorilla just made a joke. I can't believe it. Oh, I can do stuff that's not just sitting around. That's great. And I think that it's weird because the problems are balancing themselves out in record time. I've never seen change like this before in my life because I've not lived that long. But also, what is an engineering press? Did it say engineering press? Engineering circuit. Okay, well, I guess I need one of these. That takes molten tin. I did not realize there was more homework to do. Never stop getting AI videos from my grandparents? Correct. Yes. That'll be a thing forever. They bought me an AI poster recently too, and I felt kind of bad getting rid of it. Yeah. I don't... So I love it when people give me gifts because it makes me feel appreciated. I very, very rarely do I get a physical gift where I'm like really stoked about it. Occasionally I will. Like I have a few specific scenarios coming to mind, but a lot of times people don't know you as well as they think they do, or they don't know you well at all, but they feel like they need to get you a physical gift to show you that like I've really thought of you. I think I've got very specific, very in-depth thoughts about gift giving that people in my life think I am too... Yes, like, they're keen on it's the thought that counts, and I agree that the thought does count, but also, if I'm giving someone something that they're just gonna get rid of, what was the point in giving it to them at all? I could have just gotten them, and like, money. Everyone likes money. Money's cool. Money lets you do all the stuff that you kind of wanted to do anyway. And you don't have to worry about it. And it's I don't know. I just feel like there's specific things that you shouldn't just do things because you think you're supposed to. And if someone gets you something and they don't fundamentally understand what you like out of a gift, it's kind of like, what's the point of giving them a gift at all? And maybe some people just don't have they aren't aware at the front of their mind that they don't really know someone all that well. Oh, ferrous ingots? Damn it. I forgot if you mix nickel and tin, it freaks out. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's going to be much more of this type of stuff. I was thinking about that. Money isn't the gift you're giving when you give someone money. Yeah. You're giving them the freedom of choice. I was thinking about this. I had to get a gift for someone for a white elephant gift exchange. We just pulled names out of a hat to decide who to give gifts to. We usually do this, and I usually ask people that know them better than I do, because I frequently don't know people, what their interests are, and I try to find out really where their interests and my interests intersect, so that I can get them a gift that I know and that they know that they'll appreciate. And I realized, speaking to people, like, what is this person like, that if our interests don't align, I don't really feel comfortable giving you a gift that's physical. I'd rather just give you money so that you can go get what you want. Because it's not like, at that point, I'm just getting you something that there's a very good chance that you're not going to actually want, if our interests don't align. And it's going to feel less special. It's going to be like, okay, well, this is just pandering at this point. Like, if I know that you're really into alchemy, and I go on Amazon.com and I get you a poster of like alchemic symbols, and it's all AI generated, like, yeah, that's cool, but our interest, like, if I were as interested in alchemy as you were, and I could know what all this stuff meant. Otherwise, it's just pandering. It's just like, well, I know you like this thing, so I'm gonna in some small way prey on your emotion to try it and make you feel satisfied by this. And I don't think that that's really appropriate. It makes me feel bad. And that's the last thing you want when giving a gift, because half the fun of giving a gift is enjoying it. But if we just go by it's the thought that counts, then, man, it feels like we're excusing a lot of bad behavior there. Why does this say it's wrong? Printed engineering circuit, printed logic circuit. Okay, calculation needed. What did this need? Oh, this needs a pure Certus quartz thing, which could be up here. No, it's still working. It's magic. Silicon. Okay, if I smelt some Certus quartz dust, I'll get silicon. That's good to know. Good thing I've got so much of this stuff. A potato. My machine made a baked potato. Is this stuff not running? No, it is. It is. How much fuel do I have left? Why is it still processing? Okay, this needs to finish sifting and then we'll be good. So I can probably add a few more of those. We give people gifts to try to give them things that are practical. Yep, right. A stapler. Yeah. Yeah, one time my mom's fiance bought everyone in our family scissors because we all lose scissors like it's a big thing. They lose their scissors a lot. I have not lost these. I've used these scissors so much. It's like one of the best gifts I've gotten in a long time because I use it all the time. Socks are such a good one. I think you should get socks for yourself, just once a quarter. $20 drastically increase the quality of your life if you replace your socks once a quarter. I mean, I'd start by like the first 3 quarters of practicing this tradition is you just get new socks and you add them because then you've always got a clean pair of socks. And then once you get about 3 packs of socks into it, you've got too many. So then you roll off the old ones and you're like, these are kind of bad and they've got holes in them and they're not working for me. So I'm going to get a new one. I'm going to roll off the last, 4 to 8 pairs of socks that I had previously. And I got into this habit because we didn't have like a massive amount of money or anything growing up. That makes it sound like we had a lot more money than we had actually. But I wasn't getting new socks all the time. Right? That just wasn't a thing. Now, being an adult, I realized this in college, that like I didn't have a lot of money, but I had like $20 once a quarter that I could spend on whatever. And it made a lot of sense to just get new socks once a quarter. Made me way happier. Oh, okay, you can only do one at a time. That's bizarre. Yes, in socks disappear. You're going to lose them all the time. You're going to start with 8 and you're going to be down to 6 in 2 months. And you're gonna wonder where those socks go. They're probably in your like dryer or something. They're like stuck in a spot you can't see. No, I was thinking of another story that I can't tell you about things in my life going missing that I won't tell you about that. Maybe one day. Maybe one day if my situation changes drastically, I'll tell that story. But for now, probably not. Okay, maybe I made more silicon than I needed. But maybe these will be, like, really important. Why is it so fucking slow? Oh, wait. We got electricity. How much electricity does this have? 0? Perdona me? What the fuck? Oh, I've got coal. Charcoal. I'm kind of excited to watch this Michael Caine movie, even though he's not really in it. Like an extra. Is this what you're meant to do? Is that in the book? Is this in the book? Apply the power to the top or bottom. Really grow the seeds in purified crystals. A fully enclosed water source block. Significantly increases the growth rate of the A2E seeds. So I need to fully enclose it. And then I need to place the crystal growth thing next to it. Okay, maybe is this a required block then? Oh my god. Oh my gosh, this is more stuff to make. this concept is testing my patience a fair bit. Why did that take so long? What the fuck was the problem? This would be a single source block and not 4? Okay. Let's try this. I'm gonna take your advice. And I'm gonna go here. Water source. There. And I'm gonna cover it. Because it said fully enclosed. Okay. Hang on, we need more energy in the room. We're back. I'm gonna check on this again. I'm impatient. Okay, I'm gonna try and make the machine that it's telling me to make. This one. Just to see if I can do it. Quartz glass. This is already a pain in the dick. Why? There's so much making stuff that I have to do. I don't want to make things. I want things to be easy instead. It is expensive. I'm glad it's expensive with less precious materials. Like, a lot of this stuff is pretty easy to get a hold of, but some of it's just a pain. Like, I'm stoked to have a reliable source of... Oh, hang on. I need to turn on the script. I'm excited to have a reliable source of cobblestone. But needing to go get a bunch of cobblestone just to make things happen is quite annoying. Also, I bound click to scroll if you're wondering what the flashing is. Here, try and fix that. There we go. This isn't to speed up the process, though it does a little bit. It's to keep me from having to click and making loud sounds on microphone. Okay, that's probably enough. I need to crush up a bunch of cobblestone into gravel and sand. I should probably design a system that will just make me infinite amounts of gravel and sand and dust, but I've not done that yet. Oh, it's still bound. Exit. There we go. It's the end of that. What do I need in a furnace? Quartz glass. A fluix block, which are made like this. Bam. Okay. And then, oh, not that way. This way. ME glass cable, which is a quartz fiber, which is so much glass. Oh my gosh. All right. I just need like a stack of glass. Is it done? Did it work? Okay, I'm gonna put it back in its bed for bedtime. I shouldn't say that. My cat will freak out. He's learned that if I say the thing that I said that means time for bed, that it means run to my room and scream under my bed for 10 seconds. But it gets him to go into my room so I can close the door. Is this completed? Santa should be smelting this sand while I'm back here. I'd rather just get onto the sand part where I've got sand. Ooh, give me that. There. Wait, why is this holding on to materials? Did it not update the last one? Here. This chest isn't full, is it? No. No, it's fine. This chest is fine. I have 46 lead or gravel. Yeah, as long as it goes where I need him to be, he's fine. Okay, so I need one of these. And then it's one of these in a... No, not a bucket of water. And fluix crystals. Right? 2 of them? That gives me 4 cables. Okay. So I don't need to make a bunch of extra cables, just the one. Let me put some of my tools away. Actually, I need that just in case the cows show up to kill me. Quartz glass, like this. No? Why no? Oh, it's the other way around. Why are the cows so violent? I don't know. It's just part of the mod. Then here. Here. Bam. Nice. All right. Now. I need a pickaxe. Okay, it's not grown yet. Okay, I don't think this needs power, so it should be fine. Wait, do I right-click the thing? No. Just go in there. And I'm going to leave it, and it should be fine. It should be good. Let's go observe the cows for a moment. Also, did that quest complete? Or did I need 2 of them? Why is this the way that it is? It does need power. Oh. Well, I'll go run some power over there in a little bit. I also need 2 of them for some fucking reason. Look at my redstone. There we go. It's a little bit too far, so I'm gonna move it. There we go. This should give me the achievement. Or the quest. Oh, my tea's out. Hang on. I gotta make tea happen again. I've realized that if you... Sorry, that's probably an awful sound. If you take tea and you put it in a thermos, it just stays hot all day, which is what thermoses do. And you don't have to futz about with the tea. You can just make a big thing of tea in the morning. And then you can mainline caffeine all day. Because stimulants are good for you, and you should take a lot of them. That's my professional, as a medical professional. This is joking. I'm joking. You should take lots of stimulants. As your medical advisor, legally, illegally, as your legal medical provider, I am suggesting that you do massive amounts of stimulants, like fucking crazy stimulants. All of them. Okay, now these need power. Device offline. This is not accepting power. I fear that maybe we've been misinformed. Oh, hang on. No, I need this. Yeah, stims heal you. Correct, correct. Although I've never played Fallout, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Oh my gosh. I get 2 more of these things? Oh, hang on. Does it matter what direction they face? It doesn't say it needs power. Next to a water source block that has an A2E seed in it, and apply power. Oh, well. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Pardon me. With what? With ME cables. Oh, okay. You were right. I just can't read. Okay, I need ME cables, which were... How did I make this before? Like this? Glass top or bottom? Amount of power. Wait, is this out of power? Alright. Up, 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 up. Up, up. Up. There we go. I already had the quartz fiber, didn't I? Yeah. Yep. Correct. So can I get power from this? Does that work? I guess I'm moving it. I didn't mean to. Here we go. Okay, let me make sure the tops are showing. So this is not... Does this not work? What is the AE power? Is it this? Matter condenser, dispose. Okay, not what I need. I've got like a power staff. Will this work? Charge staff? Yeah. No? Oh, what if I take a charger like this and I run it in reverse to one of these cables? So I just run it here. And then I take my charge staff and I use it to pull power out. No? Okay. Shit. That didn't work. Capacitor? Capacitor, maybe. There's solar panels. Hmm. Hat applied? Is that a thing you can search by? ME chest, molecular assembler, crafting storage. Interesting. Okay. Energy cells. If I can make one of these, I can probably charge it. So it takes charged quartz. That's not how that works. Okay. So we got 2 of these and 1 more. And I need this to charge up. And I need the glass. Which is 4 of these, and then bam, 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 bam. This. And then it takes Fluix dust with these out here. Look at this. Energy cell. Now, I need to... That's not right, fortunately. Will this just charge if I place it next to a power source like this one? I guess I could put it there, but that's fine. Why is this not working? Oh, damn, I really actually needed that to not do that. Okay, that's not working. That's a little frustrating. Can this go here? No. Oh, I thought I was dead. That doesn't go there. Can I force power into blocks? No. No, it should just connect. If it's in any section of the book, it'll probably be in power grid. We'll talk about this stuff. That's forestry. That's Mine Factory. Power as well as redstone signals to machines. This is interesting. I wonder if these will connect. Rednet cables. What do these take? Plastic sheets, raw plastic. I don't have any of that infrastructure set up. Power storage. This is very strange. This is an energy cell. Is there like an energy generator, maybe? What does the quartz wrench do? Oh, it's dark. that'll probably be in the introductory stuff for applied engineering. And finally, the charm staff. Okay. Some basic tools that are very useful. The meter compass. Okay, it just does not explain why you've gotten the wrench. But I wonder if maybe the wrench will allow me to modify these blocks in some way. It's allowing me to rotate it. It's not really what I wanted. No, but maybe I can do something to this that allows me to interface with other cables. I can pick blocks up. There we go. Look it up. Okay. Energy acceptor. That's what it says. Energy acceptor is what we're looking for. Here we go. So we need glass. We need iron. Oh. Need one more glass in one of these. Bam. Glass. Quartz. Bam. 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 And then here, and then there, and then there we go. Cool. Eventually I'll power all of those. This here is fine. I guess that is more efficient. This needs more water now. Okay, now these are powered. There's that thing in there, so this should be working. Correct. I can also take this away. So if I do this, an acceptor here, these pipes, and then I only need one more. It'll be harder to get to that thing, but I can still get it if I remove a pipe. Amount of fluix. So we need to grow more. Can you put the energy acceptor over the water? Yeah, but at that point it's gonna be hard to see where the crystal's grown. I want to be able to see down in there. Now we wait. And I'm still working on this stuff. Oh, because I need a pure Certus quartz, right? And how do I make the fluix ones? These. One charged Certus quartz plus one nether quartz plus one redstone dust to a puddle. Seems a bit contrived, but I'll try it. I need nether quartz, which are up. I thought they were up here. Did I grind them all up, maybe? Or they just in a weird spot. Oh, they're in here. Any charged Certus quartz? What do I need? Nether quartz plus 1 redstone dust. Okay. Oh, which I already got. Oh, so this is gonna take that out and put it away. I don't want that. Redstone. And then into a puddle of water. There we go. Now I take one of these. And we head into here and we grab some of this. There we go. Easy. So if I do this, I can leave this middle section open so I can actually pick the item up. Fantastic. And now we wait for that thing to actually grow. What were the other ones I got? Nether quartz, Certus quartz, Fluix. Let me throw as much of this stuff in here as I can get. So I can hook up an energy cell. Charge this up. I probably need to keep pumping out energy, don't I? Because these are off. There we go. All right, now work. Be working. Oh, what the heck? Get the hell out of here. Where did that guy come from? That lad just appeared. Randomly. How did that even happen? That kind of scared me a little bit. I was a little bit frightened. A slight bit paranoid. Well, I guess not paranoid enough. There was a real present danger that I had to defend myself against. Okay, is this thing full? No. Has this done it? Wait, did it do it? Was I just not paying attention? Wait, is this what I want? Certus quartz seed. Oh, it's at 80. Oh, you can pick it back up. It's at 86. Where the fuck did it go? Hello? What? Where the fuck? How? Alright, future me, when you edit this, do the whole deja vu thing. Give it a full clip. Let's stretch that shit out to 3 minutes on YouTube Shorts. It'll be funny. People won't get bored of it after the first 5 seconds. Well, thanks, Luke. That's very nice. Fairly good consistency. I wouldn't say that. I would say that go look a year ago at what I was putting out. I'd say that's far more consistent. The problem is I don't have the constant mania to put out 3 shorts a day. I just don't have it in me. I've got the ebbs and flows and the cycles of like depression. So every about 6 months, I don't have the capability of putting in that much effort. And also putting out 3 shorts and working a full-time job was taking years off my life. So I just had to stop because it was not worth it. And the third one every day was shit. It was like 2 decent shorts and then 1 really, really, really dog water, bottom of the barrel. it was bad. I was just doing it to do it because I was like, if I post at 8, at noon, and at 5 every day, that'll be like really consistent. And then the one at oh no, it was 8, 5, and then 10 p.m. And at 10 p.m. I just noticed that the shorts that I posted then weren't getting any views anyway, so I just put whatever shitty idea I had, which is now all I do, is whatever shitty idea I have. So, but yeah, things are chiller now. I was really trying to hit a goal of 1,000 subs, and I hit it, and now I don't have to worry. It's great. It's like the one thing I haven't severely pushed the goalpost on. True. Okay, what did I need this for? I've achieved, and now I need to find out why. Oh, right, because one of these, was it the first one that needed a pure... No, that's iron. Oh, no, it's on this page. With a calculation press. That's inscriber. Where's my calculation? There we go. Also, a kind of a bigger change I've made is I'm not playing as many narrative games. At some point I'll go back. I really wanted to play 007. Because I've been watching Secret Sleepover play it. And it's really cool. That game is awesome. But I just don't have it. Wait, why is this marked as incomplete? Detect. But it's a lot of just like... It would just be that game, basically, because it's such a narrative focused. Why is this? Printed, there it goes. That took forever. No, more? Oh. Oh. Printed calculation circuit. And silicon. Plus it said redstone. Okay, so I need all that stuff I made. Wait, did it eat it? Did it eat my items? Oh. This is just a cruel quest. This is just evil. This is just, they're just punishing me, it feels like. Which I don't mind a little punishment every now and again. On like a weekday. Maybe not, but... I mean, a weekday is a big day to be doing that. This silicone? Probably need 3 of these, right? If past performance is anything to judge, I probably need 3 of these. So an interesting thing, I was quite upset earlier today. Before stream started around noon, because that's when these things happen. I was what was I doing? Going to get food. I was going to get food. And this is one of those... Hang on. This is one of those things where life just gets in the way. And it's all the mild little inconveniences that stack up. And you're like, too many mild inconveniences, not a big fan. This one was they decided to do road work. Work on the... This happens routinely. But instead of working on a small patch of the road and then moving down the road and only blocking off parts of it, they decided, what if we blocked off 10 miles of road and made it a 1-lane road for 10 miles? And this isn't like a country road where you can get away with it being one lane. This is a main road. People are on this hundreds of cars every hour. One lane for 10 miles. I had to wait in line to go down this road for a half hour. And now, to be fair, every time I tell this story, that number's going to get bigger. It'll be an hour next time I tell it. But we got folks coming in. We got folks coming in from out of state. I'll tell them it was an hour, but, you know, it's a lot of time. I think it's quite rude of the government to block the road for that long. And now I know it's not. Okay. I don't know how it is in Britain. In America, it's not the government doing the construction. The government, if they had to manage the construction on their own, would be quite bad at it. It's the contractor they hired that's doing irreputable things, unfortunately. That's just how a lot of stuff is, but come on. Why is it gotta be this way? 10 miles of road? They blocked off from one city to the next city. That's crazy. Or one town to the next town. They're not really cities. Was it calculation that was this way? No. Oh, yes. Yes, it was. Okay, I should probably start on growing the next thing, right? What does a fluic seed give me? Does that give me a perfect one? Props. Contractors incentivized to do a really terrible job. Yes. Okay. They get hired again to make the same mistakes. This is a really big thing. Is that the people in power who are hiring these contractors really want to get reelected, so they're strongly incentivized never to ever fix the roads, because come next election they can run on fixing the roads again, and they can say I worked to fix the road, and then of course it's never, the work is never done. I need more wheat. And it's quite frustrating, but I live with it. In the 4 hours I had to spend waiting in line to move my car 10 miles to the next city. And then I found out that you can just navigate around it like an adult, but I'm kind of stubborn. If I encounter things that's like this is going to be a pain in my ass and I'm going to complain about it. If I find something to complain about, I'm going to be stubborn. I just can't help myself. Honestly, like it's a big problem in my life that I just can't help myself from committing to my suffering. Maybe I should see a therapist about that. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe this isn't the place. Maybe one day, whenever the price of insurance, not insurance, the price of that's never gonna come down. If the price of therapists ever come down, maybe I'll go see one. I know it's cheap, I'm just lazy. The work is done, then they have no work to pretend to be doing. Oh, these guys were not fucking pretending to do shit. It was 10 miles of empty road that they had blocked off. Oh, you mean the people in power. Sit them in a fancy house and argue with each other all day? Your fancy people in the house argue with each other? All day? We can hardly get our fancy people in the house to go to the house to argue. In fact, oh no, it's not August yet. I think it's very funny. In August, they just take the month off. It's not like a scheduled thing. It's scheduled now because it's happened so much, but Congress just pieces the fuck out for a full month. It's ridiculous. That's federal, though. Most of the stuff that actually matters to most folks is local, so... That's why I try not to complain about federal government too much, because it just doesn't actually apply to most folks. Okay, I've seen British Parliament and how infantile, insulting it is. It's very funny, though. It's incredibly entertaining. I'm sure it's less entertaining when they're literally in charge of the things that happen where you live. But from not having to live in the UK, I'm quite entertained. I hope that people look at our fancy people in the fancy house and think the same thing, that this is entertaining. We can be concerned about it. Y'all don't have to be. I guess, you know what? I take back what I said. You guys might have to be concerned about it. Because we are very much not affected by what happens in the UK, and I imagine that the UK is very much impacted by what happens in America. Resigned to it. There's no matter. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate, isn't it? But hey, we still have the 1950s movie featuring Michael Caine as the T-boy in what was that movie called? I already don't remember the movie name. And then again as a sailor in, I need another one of the diamond ones, as Sailor in Sailor Beware. But he's not like the main sailor guy. It's like a different guy. He's just like an extra. That's what we have to look forward to. I'm pretty excited about it. Now this goes here, and then it needs, which one does it need? Was this the engineering or the logic? Wait, do I have 2 calculation presses? Oh, that's where I messed up. We do still have the... technically, if you go by technically, the largest military force on the planet is the American populace. By a lot. By a lot. It's by like 3 times or something ridiculous because of how many people there are in America and how many of them own weapons. Thanks, Americans still have the... Yeah. We do have the right. Very few people actually exercise that one. And I think I should stop speaking so that I don't say anything possibly incriminating. I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about. People have done time for less. I don't want to tempt fate. Because I've tempted fate before and regretted it. Which is an incredible name for a book. UK, we aren't allowed to do anything? Handle a salmon suspiciously is very funny. That's incredible. Whoever wrote that law, they need a raise. Oh, that's really fun. I wish we've got quirky stuff like that in the States too. It's usually like local municipalities will have very strange laws. Like in some states, you can't tie your pet alligator to a tree or something stupid like that. In New York, I think it's illegal to like tie a pig to a tree or something stupid. It's all the very quirky laws you read about. Is this one logic? I think this one was logic. Calculation processor, engineering processor, and then logic, yep. My genius is showing. Now, one thing that's interesting that I've noticed a difference between the UK and America is that America has the highest highs of television, but I think that UK's television is consistently really good. For some reason, watching a show from Britain is like always really entertaining. And then if you watch a show from America, it's a hit or miss between being some of the best media ever put to screen or the worst dog water you could ever drink. You're not allowed to wear a suit of medieval knight armor to Parliament because apparently there were too many people doing that. How do you even get... Medieval knight armor is so expensive and it takes like a half an hour to put on. How many people would have to have done that? Maybe one. Well, I guess if you got unarmed folks in Parliament who are being assaulted by large men in suits of armor, they can't do anything to stop it. I can't imagine that they would pay to have knights sit outside in equivalent armor to like fend people off. So I guess that makes sense. But also, you're not allowed who's going to stop you. So like someone's got to stop you. This is the the problem that we have to solve consistently, because in the States you're allowed to have everything. So you can't have, or not everything, but you're allowed to have a lot in terms of things that could do damage, right? And so I get to pick one. I guess that takes a while. Oh, but this costs a lot. Hey, diamonds are actually pretty cheap in this pack. Do I take the gold? No, I guess I'll take this because it just takes a while to make. Is that instead of finding out ways to stop people from obtaining things because it's too difficult, the continent's too big, it's too well connected, we have to figure out ways to stop anything that can happen that's bad. So like we couldn't just say don't wear wear armor to Parliament. You have to find someone. You have to find a way to stop someone with armor from actually getting there, which is its own set of challenges that we're all working through. By all, I mean someone who's not me. Mundane power catalyst and average lengthening catalyst. That's strange, and I don't know why I have it. I'm also out of chests. Can I make a better one of these chests if I just make it out of something else? Or I probably need a tin one first, right? Alright, we're at a side quest. Boop boop. 8. Okay, strong box. And can I wrap it in like iron or something? Actually, let me just look it up. Alright. Hardened strong box, reinforced strong box. So this is Invar. Where do I have my Invar ingots at? Iron, ferrous, Invar. Okay, how many does this hold? Is that an extra row? No, it's still 4. What did this get me? I thought this was supposed to expand my hardened glass. I don't know how... Even hardened glass would not really make it stronger, but we can try that. And the last one's resonant. I don't have Enderium. That's not going to happen. Okay, this is bigger. And I can pick it up. Can I pick it up with stuff in it? I should be making all of my chests this. What the heck? Because I can just move them around wherever I need them. Alright, this is going to be the applied engineering box. Where I put all of my applied engineering stuff in. This, and then these and that, and then this stuff. Cool. Oh, I need to put this away? I need to put this away. There we go. Oh, this material's in you. This is not the right spot. Okay. Where am I at in the book? Done this. I'm trying to move down to networking, because this is where we get storage, and this is what I'm after. I want to be able to store stuff and recall it easily. ME powered controller. An energy acceptor. I've got one of these. Energy cell, so I need a vibration chamber, which is iron, an energy acceptor. Okay, I need another one. Damn it. Means I need the glass, and I need quartz dust. Bam. And And then iron fluids. Oh, this was aluminum. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. And I need a furnace. There. What else do I need? Just iron. Oh, I've got enough. Whoop-pow. Vibration changer. I need this. I need this. Mission complete. Give me the ding. Hell yeah. What does this do? Oh, you make electricity. That's cool. Claim energy cell. Plop this boy down. Here. And now, basic networking. Finally here. Finally. ME drive. I need 2 engineering processors, which is fine and easy. I've got 1. Get some sleep on. I should play Celeste on stream sometime. Celeste is fun. Okay, is this done? No, it's close. There we go. Then I need this, this, and this. Okay, what was I making? I need glass cable. Sure, in here. And iron. Checking to make sure there's no cows back there. They're really harshing my stees before. Do you understand harshing my stees? Do you know what that means? I feel like people I know don't know what that means. Okay, there's storage. Never heard the term before. It's like cramping my vibe. Kind of putting me down in a way I'm not comfortable with or I don't like. Harshen my stees. It's a skater thing from forever ago. I say forever ago. It was from 10 years ago. I'm gonna make people from 10 years ago feel old. I need a logic processor, which I should have one. I need a bunch of quartz. I've got the memory of a goldfish, pardon me. Or were those charged quartz? Yeah, skateboarding is... I mean, I was never any good at it. I was good at cruising on like a longboard. It was fine. But actually skateboarding with tricks and stuff, I could do an ollie in my living room. Because it's the only place that was like padded enough that I knew I wasn't gonna... Careful there, cave sound. That I knew wasn't gonna, like, kill me. Although it's probably actually more dangerous, because if I fell and hit, like, a piece of wood with my head or something, I'd totally die. I don't know what I was thinking. I was stupid. I was also pretty young, so I can't be expected to know everything that's gonna kill me, but... Any amount of common sense probably would have put my mom at ease. I've done just about everything I can do to stress that woman out. Besides, like, massive amounts of hard drugs. Not done that yet. Not yet. Maybe one day. I've been thinking when I get to, like... When I know I'm gonna die, when it's like... You've got, like, a month. That's when I'm gonna pick up the hard drugs. I'm gonna be on... I won't name all them. I think that's against TOS, but... if you can think of it, I'll be doing it when I'm 80 or 50, depending on how my life goes, I guess. Hopefully not like tomorrow. If it's like tomorrow that I figure out I've got to do something dangerous just to feel alive before the end of my days, that's probably bad. I would not like that. Priority. Oh, geez, this gets more complicated. I need a way to pump water. Yeah, and then if you overdo it, that's what OD stands for, overdoing it. If you overdo it and you die when you're 80 and you're gonna die anyway, like, here we go. We're at the end. We're making the most of what we can do. I think that's a beautiful way to go. Then you're living life to the extent to which you know life could be lived. You've gone everywhere, you've seen everything, and now you're ready to see the end. And that's, that's a good thing. I mean, maybe not good, but it's good that you're making good on the time you've got left. In one of these, I need an illumination screen. There's glowstone and a bunch of other shit. Quartz glass, which I need more of. It's like this, and then quartz and redstone and iron. Because I'm always like a little bit curious, and I feel like I would be really badly addicted to everything. So just having this time in the future that I know I can do all the drugs I'd like, then it's fine. And then I don't have to think about it ever. I don't have to ever be tempted. Because, like, I'll do that when I'm older. If you're ever offered anything, you say, I'll do it when I'm older. It's like the ultimate form of procrastination where you ruin your life when you're elderly instead of when you're in your teens. It's a formation core? Oh my gosh, I need a lot more of these logic processors. Logic, Fluix. Oh wait, are these different? They are different, but they both need logic. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah, you don't have to worry about dying. Dying's like a free pass to do whatever you want. Or not whatever you want, but like, it's a free pass to live your life. There's nothing you can do worse than dying anyway, and that's the end. That's what you're going for. That's where it all stops. So you might as well give it 100%. That's what the whole start of the stream was about. Okay. So this is powered. I don't know how to... Oh, I need the terminal to access it. That's right. So I've got 2 of these. I've already used the processing unit on something else. I need 1 more silicon. Yeah, I mean, whatever you believe, you've got like a definite time of certainty. So like, you know, live that to the fullest. Regardless of what you believe, you've got a specific time of certainty, and then after that, all you've got is what you believe in. So, like, fucking send it. I know people think that's like a send it attitude is a bad thing. I don't think so. I think just sending it is a great way to get things done. Man, I love this song so much. Okay. How do I make each of these? Formation core is Fluix and Fluix dust. Okay, which means I need a Fluix seed. Oh wait, I've actually already got one. Smart. Hell yeah. So it was this, and then this, and then this, right? No? Oh no, it was a Certus. Agreed. Yeah, I think the goal of most folks should just be to live a life without regret, to quote a famous movie that everyone knows and is not dating me at any specific time and space. One of these, and then this, and then here, and then bam, and bam, and then bam. And was it this? No. What was it then? Oh, I needed another logic processor. I thought I made all of them. Am I out of redstone? And screw that. This one. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap up this quest, and then I'm going to call it a night. Because the time is starting to weigh on me. I've got stuff to do. Like finishing my dishes. And what else? Yeah, 2:15. I mean, that's bedtime enough. That's usually when I'm hitting the sack. So yeah, we're winding down. I'm starting to get a little tired. Said the word again? What word? Hitting the sack? No, it's not the word. Just bedtime is not the word. It's a specific phrase that gets it. Like he's sitting over there, he's just looking out the window. It's specifically the it's and then that word that gets him going. And in a very specific tonality, because animals don't understand language, they just understand like your vibe. So if the vibe is correct, he'll go for it. Is this the last bit of this quest? Oh no. Oh, okay. I probably won't finish this. I'll probably finish this section. And then I will move on. Because all of the import and export buses are probably expensive. Not the most expensive, but still I gotta take a break at some point. I've been sitting too long. We get in this flow state, and I realize I've been sitting for 3 hours, and I'm gonna get some sort of blood clot and die. Like a long haul trucker. Is this still not going? Oh my gosh. I need a water pump of some sort. Is that a thing I can make? Watering can. Water stone. Is there like a pump? Mana pump. Essentia pump. That's not what I need. I don't know. I don't think so. Fluid. That's a fluid port. Smeltery drain. Be a liquid extractor. Item router. Okay, yeah, I don't know how any of that stuff works. And then here. No, not there. That's steak. And now I've got the networking. No. That's not right. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I need to take a break. But thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I have to go sell